house of David shall be as God. The house of David is the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, 12,000 of each tribe. They will be as what? They will be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. So there you go, man. How you get around that? You can't.
Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone led me to this truth. Have been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, us be edifying those who fear the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5 verse 42. The water for anybody that comes on the comment board here and on after Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. And I'm coming in to finish the part 2 to the lesson that I did before I had to go to the plantation and camp. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. Get back into the second article. So the second article I had, it said some 32 killed, 63 injured in Egypt car crash. And we know that this happened also in America, Babylon the Great, a couple days ago. The Lord's carrying out mass judgment, on those who think that they are safe from it. Okay, people who are, who are not paying attention to Yahawashi as he brings hell on earth, man. He's coming back with a vengeance. And this is why we came into this truth as the elder Kazak. I was listening to his video earlier. He was talking about how we came into this truth to receive mercy. But we want to see the downfall of all these nations. We want to see the downfall of our enemies. We want to be next to Yahawashi. And ultimately we came here to do this work. We're not expecting to be liked. It says that we will be hated by all men for the Lord's sake, and that we will be hated by the majority of people when it comes down to it. When it's all said and done, you're not going to have too many people that like you. So Yahawashi's name steps. Chapter 5, verse 3. Being in the world, not too many people like me anyways, so I feel right at home here. And it reads, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of people. A lot of judgment's going to come on a lot of people, and we're not exempt from judgment either. That's why we're doing our best to stay clear from wickedness, and we are trimming our ways. Not trimming our ways, we're trimming the ways of sin. We're not belittling ourselves as 2/3 of our people are doing to fit into this society. And ultimately they're going to trim their ways to the point to where they take the mark of the beast, the charagma. So we don't want to be in the same state as them. So we are going the opposite way through this truth. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. And this reads, know this also, in the last days perilous times shall come. And this is going to be a time, there's going to be a time for everyone that's going to get caught up in a perilous situation. And you're going to want to be fervent in the faith of Yahawah, Bahasham, and Yahawashi. You know, and pray that he has mercy on you whenever those times come. I've already had something happen to me. I know other people in the truth have had them happen to them. You know, ain't nobody is, there's not anybody who's came into the truth who hasn't faced adversity and affliction, you know. And ultimately, you know, sometimes we do, you know, have to, you know, rebuke and exhort and whatnot. And sometimes we have to be corrected as well. And, you know, I look at it as, you know, once you do those things, you don't just, you know, it's not like we hate those people. You know, but it's to show that we're not here to play around. You know, we're not here to play around. So, hold on. That's not what I want. I want this real quick. Lamentations 2, verse 13. And it reads, what things shall I take to witness for thee? What things shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? Talking about the men first and foremost. That what shall I equal to thee, that I may comfort thee, O virgin daughter of Zion? Hold on. Yeah, O virgin daughter of Zion, right? For thy breach is great like the sea. Who can heal thee? Right? The only way that we're going to get out of this and be cleansed of our enemies, and to be, you know, finally back to our holy lot wherever we were chosen, you know, the Lord's going to have to come back. So until then, we're gonna always deal with this battle in the, you know, in the spirit, you know, to stay unspotted from the world, so we won't end up in a 32-car collision and get killed or something. Verse 14, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. You know, the prophets have seen a lot of things that put them in a position of lamenting and grief. Okay, because it says with much wisdom comes sorrow. You know, with much wisdom comes much grief. So if you come into this truth, you're going to suffer. If you're not ready to suffer, then you're not going to be, you know, you're not going to spiritually grow in this truth. Verse 15, all that pass by clap their hands at thee, right? They look at us like we were scum of the earth. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? So while we're sitting here, you know, Yahawah, the sons of living power, you know, going around and warning the elect of what is happening while people are being destroyed, you know, throughout the day, you know, these people still have the same mindset towards us. They hate us for what we do, and they hate us for who we are. But that's the whole point of it. You know, we're going against this system. We're going against these nations. We don't want you to like us. We're here to wake up the elect, shed light to the elect, Salakia. And that's it. There's nothing else more important than shedding light to the elect and exalting the name Bahasham, Yahawashi. This ain't got nothing to do with us, but it has everything to do with us, because this is what we were born to do, or we wouldn't be doing it. So massive pro-Palestinian demonstration takes place in London. All right. So they're over there talking about they want, you know, peace and whatnot, and they want the violence to stop. But the Lord's not going to stop the violence because he's a man of war and he's coming to destroy this place. But these people, these heathen, they riot for a vain thing. They riot for no reason and come together for a false cause, you know, and basically false prayers, you know, that are not going to get answers, because prayers is basically begging. They're begging for this thing to turn around, and it's not going to happen. The Lord's not going to hearken to these people. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, we see it so much now, there's no way you could think that this is not the end. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. As we go into a lot on my page, because there's always riots going on. I like to pull it up every time just to keep reminding that this is going on a mass scale. And we're going to keep pulling it up because the Lord is the Father. He's a skill of repetition. You know, shalom to everybody on the comment board. Bahasham, Barak, Atham. So now we're going to get over here. It says, China's bold moves signal America's decline, says Michael Pillsbury. So let's read a little bit of this. And we're going to get into a little bit about Moab, the so-called Chinese, and a couple things that the scriptures got to say about them as they're doing these things to overpower America, Babylon the Great. So implore insights from Michael Pillsbury, Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow, on China's recent actions and messages to the world. He discusses China's bold moves, including a close encounter with an American jet and their implications for the perceived global power dynamics. Artificial intelligence could enhance user experience by providing hold on. I guess this don't got no more than that. It's just we're gonna see if we can watch the video a little bit. I know my stuff be glitching. So if it's glitching, let me know on the comment board, man. The water, if you can let me know on the comment board if it's glitching.
The White House welcoming Communist China's top diplomat, who wraps up a 3-day trip to Washington, meeting with Blinken twice and Biden on Friday. And next month, the president will come face-to-face with Xi Jinping. The full details are currently being worked out. Just this week, a Chinese fighter jet came within 10 feet of an American B-52 bomber flying over the South China Sea, and the stakes have never been higher. Here to react, Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow for China.
And that's a big deal, because like if they ran into each other, or if one of them thought they was gonna shoot and the other one shot, war. It can be that fast.
Strategy, Michael Pillsbury. Michael, thank you for joining us again this week. It's always so important when we have you on. You always are so informative. So what is the message that the Chinese, specifically with this, flight running so close to our fighter jet, what is the message the Chinese are sending to us right now? What should we be getting out of that?
Rachel, I think what they're saying is addressed to the whole world, not just to Americans. They're saying that America is in decline, that China has no fear to fly within 10 feet of an American jet. They simply don't seem to feel that Biden is any kind of a power globally. And they've got a concept they call the global south, which is the vast majority of the global population. They're focused on that, trying to demean the United States, look down on the United States, in particular Biden himself. But also,
and it says in Jeremiah, it talks about they will hiss at this place, and it says that they will hiss at this place for all the abominations thereof. That's what they're doing. See?
So their military seems to want to make a point to our military that we're equal to you, we're not afraid of you. Our Navy is actually bigger than your Navy. You may have seen the testimony recently from an American 4-star general that China now has more ICBM silos because of a new construction program.
They got more nukes. Just them alone, they have more silos than America, Babylon the Great. We ain't talking about Russia. We ain't talking about Iran. We ain't talking about Hamas. We ain't talking about, all these other places that's going to get with them and destroy this place. Also, with the beast system. They're going to destroy this place too. After they find out, well, after they realize that the mark of the beast system is going to fail, then they're going to look like this. They're going to hate this place because that's their last chance to keep people feeding into this system. They're going to destroy this place, man.
And America does. So this is what's at stake for them is trying to show that America is weak and getting weaker. It's really quite dangerous, I think, because I think it's not true. We're not that weak at all.
Really? So what do you make about the timing of this? I mean, here we...
Now, they say they not weak at all and whatnot, but we know that they've done many different tests to see if they could go against China, and they're terrified because in their skits and their little tests to see virtually if they could beat China in all the different scenarios, America Babylon the Great runs out of ammo. And we know another thing, America Babylon the Great don't got a lot of people joining the military. They done failed all they last recruiting goals. They know they through, man. Okay? But, they still have that Psalms chapter 49:11 mindset. They think that their house going to dwell forever. They think they got a way out of this. But we're going to get over here. We're going to get into, I want to avert this precepts back to Moab. We're going to read a little bit about Moab. We're going to get into this. And there's a couple points that I want to make. So I wanted to pull this up because it's to show that even though Moab is trying to make themselves, the so-called Chinese, look like they're just some extravagant nation, now that they are mashing America Babylon the Great, will the scriptures say otherwise? So Psalm chapter 60 verse 8, Moab is my washpot. Over Edom I will cast out my shoe. So Philistia, triumph thou because of me, right? So we know that the Lord is showing you that he don't got no care for these heathens, man. So that's why we ain't worried about neither what either one of them is doing. Numbers chapter 21 verse 29. And it reads, woe to thee, Moab, thou art undone, O people of Shemash. He have given his sons that escaped and his daughters into the captivity, Sihon, king of the Amorites. Okay, and the Amorites are the so-called Japanese. And this happened in the precepts 2,000 years ago. But when you go back and you look around, I think it's around World War I, I believe. If you go look up, kind of what happened to them, there's a movie that you can go see a lot about it too. It's called Ip Man or IP Men, and it's this guy, and he was like one of the best martial artists. But in that movie, you see that the so-called Japanese, which is the Amorites, they took over them. Okay, but this stuff is to show like that's what happened in the precepts, So we know that everything that we see playing out is all just the Lord's movie, and it's just replaying itself. And that's just something I wanted to point out that I never pointed out before, that I've been studying about and learning about. I want to go to Numbers. I want to point another thing out. Numbers chapter 22, verse 1. And I want to show one thing when it comes to dealing with the foreign Israelites. So some of us, our people over there, they look like them, but they're actually us. So I want to kind of put some proof out on that, and then we're going to get to the point of, how, they're going to get destroyed and whatnot. But I wanted to put a couple points in about a few things. So Numbers chapter 22, verse 1, and the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on the side Jordan by Jericho. And Balak the son of Zippor saw that all Israel had done to the Amorites, okay, so-called Japanese, right? And Moab was so afraid of the people because there were many. So this is the last time we was dealing with Moab, so-called Chinese. I'm going to revert this back to them dealing with us, okay? And this is why, they don't like the Israelites either, okay? because they were many, and Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. See, we was a strong nation back then, right? Verse 4, Moab said to the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, and the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was the king of the Moabites at the time, right? And he sent messengers before unto Balaam, the son of Beor, to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Who is that talking about? Israelites, right? Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. So this is what they tried to do to Israel, and this is why, a big reason why they're going to get destroyed for some of the things that they've done in the past. They have to face judgment for this. So it says, come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people, for they are too mighty for me. Peradventure I shall prevail, that we may smite them, that I may drive them out of the land. And for I wot that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed. So this is one way to show you that Moab is one of our enemies. And we go into Psalms 83 a lot, but this is another reason why the Moab is our enemies. Okay, for this exact moment right here, when they try to put a curse on us because we was a strong nation at that time. This is really the lowest point our nations has ever been. But it's also the strongest, because why? Because Yahawashi said that he defends those who are weak. So this is really our most powerful time as Israelites in the spirit, because we've made it all the way to the end. So I want to put a couple more points. Numbers chapter 25, verse 1, and Israel abode in Shittim, and people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab, right? And the people. So Israel started dealing with Moab, so-called Chinese. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. See, this is why they have some type of power, because we went off and were, committing whoredoms with them. So that's why they were placed in the position that they are in the world right now. Verse 3, and Israel joined itself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. So these are just, you want to learn your history a little bit, or why we're here, with the reason why they have this power is because we went off and were worshiping their gods and whatnot. And I just wanted to show a little bit of history about it. Now we're going to get back to the topic. Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 42. And it reads, and Moab, let's go back to 41. Kerioth is taken, and the strongholds are surprised, and the mighty men's hearts, their minds of Moabs in that day, talking about the day of judgment, shall be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. And he said the same thing about America, Babylon the Great. And this is showing you that there's not going to be any winners. Bahasham and Yahawashi is going to take down all the kingdoms. Verse 42, and Moab shall be destroyed from being a people, because he had magnified himself against the Lord. By doing what? When we were looking back in Numbers, what were they doing? Trying to put curses on Israel and whatnot. Okay, they were also with Esau, Edom in Psalms 83 to keep us from being a nation. So those are a couple things to show that even though that they're a powerful nation right now, the Lord's going to destroy them as well. And those are just a couple points that I wanted to put out about it, because this is pretty self-explanatory. They're trying to be the powers, the new power of the earth, along with Russia and these other nations. So now we're going to get over here. Pull this up. And it reads, possible gang war in Wewoka has many frightened officials finally talk. So this is some things going around in Oklahoma, where I'm at. So I wanted to pull this out and point this out. So it reads, after weeks of gang shootings, house fires, and the city nearly shutting down due to safety concerns, officials we woke when a family had told their citizens what has been happening. William said he lived in big cities throughout Tennessee as well as Oklahoma City before moving in him and his boys back home to Wewoka. And this is just to show that it don't really matter where you at, man. It could really get bad. It could turn into a damn danger zone out of nowhere. And that's my point in this. So we came back for that smaller, tighter community feeling, said Williams. Around here, you can feel safe knowing your kids can walk. See, this is how it can happen. Your stuff goes down, and then all of a sudden. So, I'm going to keep reading a little bit. This recent week, he said there was a shooting at a local Family Dollar. Williams said he was coming home from work when he saw the enforcement outside. He snapped a picture, whatnot. Before he reported the shooting, there was a house fire that destroyed a man's home. Williams sent a video of the dramatic scene that happened that night. He just going around, I guess he just finding out, seeing everything that's happening. Sheesh. Right? That's a fire, man. William and several other parents from Wewoka contacted KO4 and said a teenager was shot, but nobody said anything. But nobody is saying anything, and it doesn't feel safe anymore for my family. So this is what the point is we're going to need Yahawashi. And all little small towns like Wewoka and these other places, like the little small town I'm in, these little suburbs that we're all in. Shalom, big bro. Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. GMS Facts Works 144. If y'all haven't subscribed to him, go subscribe to the brother's page. You can get constant notification, man. But this is the kind of stuff that is gonna be going down everywhere. Straight carnage. And it's gonna be more than just gangs. So I just want to pull those things up. I'm gonna pull up a couple precepts about it. This is Leviticus chapter 19. Verse 35. And it reads, ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, and meet yard, and weight, or in measure. Hold on. Let me go back one. This is what I wasn't looking for. Hold on. It's almost like this. I'm looking for another. I think I just wrote it down. Salaki, give me 1 second. Yeah. It's Leviticus chapter 19, verse 15. Salakia. So this is what I was trying to get to. So it says, ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, right? And what's unrighteousness? Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness thou shalt judge thy neighbor. So everything is in judgment. So when we see these things around us, it says that justice and judgment is the habitation of Yahawah's throne. So when we see these kind of things, happening, this is judgment. Okay, this is we're not giving anybody a privileged understanding. Like this is how it is. When we see this danger coming across the four corners of the earth in little towns, big towns, especially in America, Babylon the Great, it would be unrighteous to be like, oh, poor them. No, the judgment is judgment. Okay, and that's how the Lord works. He doesn't have no respect to persons. Now, when it comes to the 144,000 men, the elect, he has mercy who he wants to have mercy on and who he doesn't want to have mercy on. But when it comes to us, we're not the Most High, so we have to judge according to the scriptures, and tell her how it's told, And the Lord said he killed and make alive. So there's nothing that goes on without the Lord bringing that judgment. So we got to make sure that we in right standing with Yahawashi, because anybody, who gets in the middle of the way of Yahawashi, he's going to bring righteous judgment on you. And The rest of the world is going to look at it as unrighteous. That's why they hate the prophets, because they're not giving anybody a leeway for their wickedness. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 17, ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. This is why we looking at things that maybe not even pertain to the full picture in little towns and whatnot, because this is what we're supposed to do. We hear in small matters, and we're also putting scriptures in those, and then we're dealing with bigger matters as well. You shall not be afraid of the face of man. See, we're not supposed to be scared of these nations or what they can do. For the judgment is the most high. So if everything that we see around us is judgment from Yahawashi, if we staying away from wickedness, we're not having no ill will towards the brothers. We're not thinking, any kind of ill will towards our brothers or the apostles, man, and his judgment. When you see judgment, if you look at it in a way of, that wasn't righteous judgment, that's a way of, going against the Most High. Even if you not saying it and you thinking it, the Lord knows that stuff. So you got to really understand what judgment is and count the cost when you get into this thing, because we don't think like everybody else in the world, So, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me and I will hear it. So whenever we have things that's like, I don't understand why the Lord would do that, right? We ask the Lord to answer that for us, and then we go listen to the brotherhood. We learn lessons. Maybe you got a brother you close with, and you can ask him, and maybe he can answer it for you in the spirit and power of Yahawashi. So when you see things you don't understand, don't automatically get emotional about it. You gotta be patient, and ask the Lord why did that happen that way. First Chronicles chapter 18 verse 14, and this is what it's coming down to. This is what's happening right now, because we know, we believe King Mashal is King David reincarnated, and this is what he did for us. This is how we're able to understand judgment, because the Lord set up the spiritual tabernacle of King David for us to see what judgment is, and come out of this, this Western mindset. So First Chronicles chapter 18 verse 14. So David reigned over all Israel and executed judgment and justice among all his people, and that's what he did this time too. He did it in the precepts, executed judgment. That's how we're supposed to do it, through the word, because it said our weapons aren't carnal, and we're seeing that play out again right now. Starting with the elders and apostles on down. So we're not coming in this with our feelings. You got to look righteously and understand that the mind is desperately wicked. That's why the Lord gave us the scriptures, so we can have something to go off of, so we won't be having a misunderstanding of judgment. If you won't say you're a man of the Lord, basically you're learning how to be a judge right now. And what kind of judge doesn't see judgment get executed? That's what they do. They execute judgment in the law. They say this is the things that's happening. You do this. The wages of sin is death, and then you watch it play out. That's why we all have to be here for Jacob's trouble. Because if we're not here at Jacob's trouble, then we can't see the Lord carry out judgment, and we can't see the fall of our enemies. So that's why we're doing that. That's why we're preparing for it. We got to go through that stuff. So potential government shutdown threatens food assistance programs. Discover how potential government shutdowns can impact food assistance programs like WIC affecting over 7 million women and children. Learn about the Biden administration's call for increase and potential consequences if Congress fails to allocate necessary funding. And I feel like, this is kind of like a lead up to, when they do shut down the government, they want people to be comfortable so they can scare them into taking that seat. Okay, but this other man that we seen at the beginning that was all talking about how America's just so strong. Well, why can't they keep the government running? Why is every couple months they talking about they running out of money? Because they really are. They gave damn near almost all their money to Ukraine, and now they giving money to Israel. You really think they got enough money to just do everything they want to do over here? No. Something's going to get cut, okay? Especially them preparing to launch that C-HIP, They getting all that together. So I want to put in a couple precepts about this. Jeremiah, and I wanted to pull this out because the elder did a lesson on it. Saying that, this is also, talking about America, Babylon the Great, not just women. And it's really not even talking about the so-called black women, what he said. We can references that, but it's really talking about America, Babylon the Great. So I wanted to pull this up just to, haven't pulled it up in a while. This is really referring to America, Babylon the Great. So Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, and where most of women are at ease in America, Babylon the Great, because Esau, Edom, as worship, they have this woman type mentality worship here. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years ye shall be troubled, ye careless women, for the venture shall fail and the gathering shall not come. And that's what's going to happen in America, Babylon the Great. This is what's talking about. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. So we know that that's ultimately talking about America, Babylon the Great. But you can, it's talking about the women that are at ease here as well. But it's ultimately talking about stripping this place of its power, stripping this place of its resources. And that's what we're seeing on a mass scale. They say that this place is strong, but China's buying all the farmland up. They giving all their money out to other nations. They ain't even winning the war over there in Ukraine. They know that their time is short. Okay, now I also want to put in a precept for this topic. Okay, and this is, they've been having a lot of this lately. There's all these Christians trying to, they're hoping so-called Jesus Christ comes back. So mystery surrounds disappearance of teens significant to so-called Jesus Christ return. Law enforcement agencies are looking for individuals that allegedly transport a child across state lines as part of a doomsday scheme in preparation of the second coming of so-called Jesus Christ. And there's a lot of this right now. These people are waxing worse and they are getting nervous, okay? And they're trying all types of stuff to bring back their beloved little white boy. So it says spring, I don't know how to say that. I think it's Tibadeu, Salaki if I said that wrong, of Gilbert, Arizona, was missing along with her daughter, Abi Snare, 23, a son, Blaze, 16, the kid's uncle, and Spring's brother, Brooke Hale, it is said to be with him. East Idaho News reported that they were last seen in Boise area. Blaze Tebediah is a 6'1" with blonde hair, blue eyes, and weighs 155 pounds. See, that's how you know they trying to bring back just some weird Jesus out, man. Like how blessed we are to not have to be like these people, man. Because that's all the way out of order. That's just like insane. You gonna ship your son all the way across the border to for that? Like, okay. Well, Luke 17, verse 20. Hold on. Luke 17, verse 20. And it reads, and when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of the Most High should come, talking about the kingdom of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation, right? Neither shall they say, lo here, or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. So you got these same people talking about they love so-called Jesus Christ so much, but they sure did miss this scripture. Because they done sent their son all the way over there. He done disappeared. They trying to, like that other little child, they tried to bury that other little child alive and resurrect him back. These people, man, crazy, man. That's why you gotta have the spirit of Yahawashi, and this is why these people are gonna hate us, man. Because the Lord is laughing and mocking these type of people, and when their calamity is gonna come, for their ignorance, and we ain't gonna be mad about it. We ain't gonna feel sorry for you. It said don't even concern yourself with the multitude that perish. We not worried about them. We just here occupying ourselves till Yahawashi come back, and we putting in these precepts through these articles, and we learning more about Yahawashi to the best of our abilities, and understanding his judgment more and more day by day as we see things go on. So this is my last precept, and just to show that these two are coming together more, fulfilling the prophecy of Ezekiel chapter 34. We're just going to read a precept out of that, and we're going to get out of there. So North Korea is sending massive amounts of munitions to Russia and is on track to be one of the biggest weapons suppliers. So this is showing that they're coming together, and we seen North Korea, they've been shooting a whole lot of missiles this year. So North Korea has shipped Russia more than 1,000 containers of munitions in recent weeks. They're getting ready for this attack on America Babylon the Great. North Korea is now on track to become one of Russia's biggest foreign arms suppliers, alongside Iran and Belarus. The UK's defense ministry said, and we know what Iran said at the beginning. They said that America Babylon the Great will not be spared. So who else is thinking like that? The rest of the BRICS, man. This is happening real fast, and they're getting their weapons ready. So this is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 10. And it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahawashi, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." And that's going to be to destroy America Babylon the Great. Plain simple, to the righteous. The wicked will never understand this stuff, man. That's why when we read it, it's almost just like it's simple to us because we studied, and we've been following Yahawashi. But like, if you was to go show this to somebody who, don't know Yahawashi, this is like some deep meat for them, So we blessed to have that type of intelligence that we have received from the Most High in faith. Because when it really comes down to it, this stuff ain't simple, man. It's really actually pretty complex. But since we, we're lucky to be called into this truth, and Lord willing, we the chosen, we should be, very thankful to be here, as I know that, all the believers are, that are fervent in this truth, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. They put a lot of work in for us, we need to be pushing, and getting better every day. We know we got a lot of stuff to work on, but we're working. So that's what matters the most, giving your due diligence to make your call and election sure. So shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing to be part of that number. Lord willing to be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness and every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5, and is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5 verse 42. The water for y'all tuning in, especially you big bro, as always. We look up to y'all, and we appreciate all the work that y'all done, man. So we're going to keep pushing, and we're going to serve Yahawashi to the best of our abilities, and be a good example, to the new people coming in to the best of our abilities, and we want to be that good fruit to show that GMS have raised up some good men. We want to be that for y'all and be that for us and for Yahawashi. So the times where You know, if I've had anybody, offended anybody or made anybody feel like, I'm just a super austere man, I am, but at the same time, we I'm also a gentle Jake as well. It just depends on how you approach me. Same way with Yahawashi, same way with the other brothers. Just be sincere, and Lord willing, we get out of here, man. So, Shalom, Kwam Yasharala.